Does anyone have a better work ethic than Tyler Perry, Ryan Murphy, and Guy Ritchie? I hate saying the movie title. The Wrath of Man, directed by Guy Ritchie, who has been incredibly busy the past couple of years. He made Aladdin in 2019, he made The Gentleman in 2020, The Wrath of Man in 2021, and he has a movie scheduled for next year. This sparks the return of the collaboration of Guy Ritchie and Jason Statham, and the return of Josh Hartnett, who we haven't seen in a long time. He used to be the man in like the early 2000s, and he's scheduled for Guy Ritchie's next movie too. So this movie is, if you've seen the trailer, you probably have no idea what this movie is about. And honestly, I don't think this movie knows what it's about. Jason Statham's son was killed by money truck robbers, and he's off. He wants to get revenge on them. But that's a very simple premise, and this movie is anything but. This movie clocks 1 minute under 2 hours, and for a movie called The Wrath of Man, there's maybe 10 minutes of wrath, and the rest is convoluted plot points, building up characters that you're supposed to care about, and you end up just wanting to get to the climax of the action scene, explosions, The Wrath of Man. You want to see more wrath. Guy Ritchie is known for a bunch of snarky British people swearing a lot. They're gangsters, and they have a lot of funny lines. It's like Diet Tarantino, where it's like he's very good at that. He's also made a bunch of Hollywood movies like The Man from U.N.C.L.E. and King Arthur and the Sherlock Holmes movies. This is the most un-Guy Ritchie movie he's made besides Aladdin. This is a very dark, dreary, very serious movie. Like, it takes itself so seriously, which is not like anything he's ever made. The action scenes are super well made. They're really fun, ridiculously violent. Post Malone's brains gets exploded everywhere. This movie is split up into like kind of chapters. The first chapter is about Jason Statham, just like it's a mystery, and then it's revealed that he's after the revenge of his son, which is revealed in the trailer. Except in the movie, it takes 20 minutes to get there. The middle section is the backstory to Jason Statham's character and why he's so good at being an action hero. And then they dive into the backstory of Jason Statham's son's murderers. It kind of reminds me of Tarantino's The Hateful Eight, when once like the story finally starts picking up, then it goes back in time and hey, Channing Tatum's in this movie for some reason. And then it like painstakingly like makes us follow why they're there, what happened. That's when at least me in both movies, in Hateful Eight and The Wrath of Man, I don't care. I just want to get to the climax as soon as possible. Are the action scenes worth your money? Yeah. The Guy Ritchie knows how to make movies. Guy Ritchie is a solid director, and the action scenes in this movie are great. There's only like 3, but they are great. See it in a big theater if you can, because the gunshots are like blindingly loud. If you're willing to slog through the middle section, it doesn't add anything new to the genre, which Guy Ritchie also doesn't do. He's just very good at pulling out the good bits of certain genres. Jason Statham has a musical motif in this entire movie, and anytime he's on screen, the musical score plays this song, and it's really great for the first 5 minutes, and then it just keeps repeating over and over and over. I don't know if that's like we're following the wrath of man and this is the sound of the wrath. I have no idea. It got kind of annoying after a while, but it all gets made up with the climax of this movie, which is bonkers crazy. 20-minute long action scene. It's really cool, and it is worth watching if you're willing to stay through the middle slog. The Wrath of Man is a 6 dark and dreary Jason Statham's out of 10. I wouldn't recommend this to anybody that doesn't like action movies. If you're a Guy Ritchie fan, this is something completely out of left field. There's very little funny quips. There's very little gangsters talking back and forth, making fun of each other. No ironic names. It's just a straightforward action movie with an awesome ending fight scene. The Wrath of Man. Ugh, awful name. Okay movie.